Well, she is best known for hosting craft shows on HGTV and the DIY Network, and now she's here today to teach us a simple way to hop on the knitting bandwagon. Please welcome back Vickie Howell to our home, and we understand that knitting is, welcome back, may I say?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
But I'm so excited about this because knitting is trending yet again.
I know, I'm so excited.
Did it ever not trend up? Because I've heard this for a long time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, well, she's
welcome.
always trending with it. So it's
Oh,
really
we're
hot right
not
now.
back. We've been here.
Yeah.
No, but you know, I think it's cyclical, like with anything else, right?
Yeah.
And especially now during these times, and we talked about this earlier, just it's so stressful having all this information coming at you. I think that we're really going back to just using our hands, and it can be very meditative. You know,
Well, that's what the New York Times just wrote about, right?
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this makes me so happy seeing the New York Times, you know, bring light to knitting, because for me, it's really important that people are creative in any way. You know,
Yeah.
we bought our sons a guitar and a knitting machine. Just be creative. That's what we want, right?
Well, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. You have some different things that you have knitted in different stitches.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little about trends. And I wanted to just talk first about, so I have a baby book coming out, but I wanted to talk about modern colors, because people generally think of, you know, paler colors for baby. But right now, black and white is a huge trend for babies. Also, citrusy colors, bright. And also gemstone colors.
Sure.
Also,
right here, the bright gemstone.
yeah. Also, so just kind of thinking outside the box, and you can also, so that something that's kind of an older craft would seem cool.
Black and white for babies is out of the box.
I know,
You wouldn't
but
think
look
of that,
how
right?
cool it is.
So nice.
This is a little bandit bib. You wear it bandit style. We've got a striped sweater. Do you want to see some more stuff?
Yeah,
when
this
we were
stuff
gonna go
down here
down
is
there to
amazing.
show
Yeah.
everybody
Let's
what-
go down here. So cowichan style sweaters. You've seen them probably on the runway up for in big people size. So little kid size. This is Coyote Kid. The name of the sweater. So really fun graphic stuff for kids.
This is beautiful. I love the colors.
Thank
here.
you. Neons and neutrals, or really we're moving a little bit away from neons, but citrus and neutrals. We were just talking about that in your home. And then just sort of nod to vintage kitsch, but still cool, just based on colors and graphic styles.
Well, where would you recommend that people start? Because this could be a little daunting.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're gonna get you started so that you can make this really cool, nostalgic, right, craft from our childhoods, paper chains. Everybody's made them, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I did a knitted version for a garland. This would be great for decorating for a baby's birthday party, or just in the general like nursery. So all you need to do is you need to find a yarn that inspires you and get some needles that go with it, and that's it. And so to get started with it, you would get the yarn on the needles and you would cast on. And there's different ways to cast on. They can go to my YouTube channel or my website to see how to do that. But we're going to teach you like the nitty gritty of it.
Before we start, I want to point out to everybody that you actually have written a book, and the book is called?
It's called We Garter Stitch. I thought you were going to present it because you were going to use the brogue. We talked about that. Yeah. We Garter Stitch.
Yeah, we got yes, and there it is right there. Oh,
Yeah. And so it's must-have modern knits for babies. So and in this book, if you have never knit a stitch before, we've got all the tutorials for that too. And the projects get progressively harder. So what I'm going to show you today is a perfect first project, but you can build on it. So the projects that are sitting next to it are the same stitch, the same yarn, but they've just added some shaping and then working in the round. And so you can commit as much time or as much effort as you want, but you can get stitching and you can get knitting and you can be creative.
Okay, so once we have it on the needle, which you provided, we'll share links with you on that part.
Sure.
Now the stitches.
Sure.
You're going to take us through that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
To knit a stitch, you're going to begin by coming up through the first loop on your left-hand needle, and you'll create kind of a little X. Then you're going to take your working yarn, that's the yarn that's attached to the ball, and you're going to wrap it counterclockwise around the back needle. All right, then you're going to take that back needle or right-hand needle, and you're going to dip it, and you can see you've just created that stitch, and then slip the old one off, and you've just knit your first stitch.
Wow.
That's it.
I think I could do that.
I believe in you, Mark.
Okay. If my parents would only have said the same thing.
I've seen your guns. I know that they could hold the needles. I think that you could work it. So all you would do is you create a strip using just that that stitch. That's a knit stitch. If you knit every row, it's called Garter Stitch, hence the name of the book.
Okay.
And you can make, and it's got really cool texture, but I'm going to show you how you would finish off the stitch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you pull that out. Is it?
I feel like I'm losing now. That strength that I had for you knitting is now dissipating. Don't just pull it off your needles. Okay, I believe in you.
So how
I
do
really
we take it off? 'Cause
Okay,
that's
so I've
where
already
I fall
started
apart.
binding off. So you can see here how it's got a finished edge. So I'm just going to show you a few stitches. So
Okay.
you just knit it as we just learned, right? And you're going to, so you have 2 stitches on your right hand needle. Then you're
Okay.
going to take your left hand needle, you're going to insert in that first stitch, bring it over the second one, and let it drop right off. And you've just bound off a stitch. So I'm going to do it again.
There.
Knit the stitch. Take your left hand needle and you're going to pull it up over its little buddy there and drop it off.
The last
And
one.
then the last one. And then you would just snip it.
I just felt
for
my
time.
blood pressure drop
Yeah,
watching
it's like,
you do that.
oh, then
Were you in the zen? and then
No,
you
just
knitting
it's so
zone?
like just repetitive, but not. It's detailed.
It
but
really is, and people talk about, oh, it's, I don't have time to learn another craft, and oh, but think about it, like unplug for a second, pick up your stitches.
Very meditative.
Yeah, absolutely, or while you're watching TV, or whatever it is that you're doing, because a few stitches end up being a scarf eventually.
And you made all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
very
I designed
well
them. People can make any and all of these if they have that book.
That's really enchanting. I love it. That blue sweater makes me
When you
crazy.
come back next time,
Yeah.
I promise you one thing. I'm going to work at this, and I'll never get that accomplished.
Okay.
That's my
I was about to get.
You thought I was going to say.
like it.
All right, get a bonus knitting pattern from Vickie's book by visiting our website, and you get more information. Or subscribe to her podcast, which is called Craft-ish. Craft-ish. Got to get that out clearly.
Craft.
Look at that.
Craft-ish.
Yeah.
Which
wanna
launches
learn this
April
one.
5th. And visit Vickie on her website right there at the bottom of your screen. We're going to come back and we're going to spend some time with psychotherapist Stacey Kaiser.
Up next, I'll be sharing tips on how to create a happier life.